to my YouTube channel, guys. So in today's video I'll be doing a technical breakdown on some major plays. So I'll kick off with the US dollar. So looking at the structure of the market on the daily time frame, so the market was moving to the downside, though the overall direction of the market on the monthly time frame is clearly to the upside. So price was moving higher. Price was heading higher, expecting this upward trend line to the upside. So we have a first touch here, we have a second touch, and we have a third touch. And last week when price got into this zone, I said price could find support from here and start moving to the upside. So price could go here and start moving to the upside because we have a major level here. We have a monthly key level from here, and also a monthly trend line, a third touch of it. So price could go here and continue back to the upside. So that's why I said last week, and at the same time price could still break it. But for now, price was respecting it with this bullish candlestick, so this bullish monthly candlestick. So price was heading higher, respecting this key level to the upside. So if I go to the daily time frame now, so direction of the market, so though price was respecting this level, and also that leads to the break of this downward trend, and also a break of this key level, this the minor level here. So it leads to the break of this level, and also leads to the break of this downward trend line. And looking at the structure on the daily time frame here, so the structure of the market on the daily time frame is to the downside. So we are having a low here, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high here, and we have a lower low before price now creates before price now head higher. So the direction of the market still remain. So looking at the structure of the market on the daily time frame, so it's still very much bearish. So the structure of the market is still very bearish on the daily time frame. So if I draw a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, so if I draw a Fibonacci from here, you can see that the structure of the market is to the downside. So price was still got injected from the 78.6 Fibonacci level and from this black line area. So this black line was a key level to a minor level here, and also we have a trend line. We have a Fibonacci that price was got injected from here. So the structure of the market still remain bearish, though price have already broken this trend, and also price have already broken this level. So we are expecting price to continue heading higher. So since the overall direction of the market is to the upside on the monthly time frame, and price have gotten to a monthly key level and also a monthly trend line, so we are expecting price to continue heading higher. But this daily trend is to the downside, so price could be respecting it. So the structure on the daily time frame here is still to the downside. So if price wants to continue heading higher, price will have to break this level. Price will have to break this 100% Fibonacci level. So price will have to break it to the upside then to invalidate the structure on the daily time frame here. So the way I'm looking at it is, so we could have a further movement to the upside on the US dollar. So price could continue heading back to the upside. So if that's happened, then we are going to be having a bearish movement on EURUSD and GBPUSD, and at the same time price could still go rejected from this level, from this minor level, and from this 78.6 Fibonacci level, respecting the daily trend and moving back to the downside. So price could do two things at this point. So if we did not have this level here, so I might say, okay, price might just go rejected and continue back to the downside. But I'm a little bit worried about this level because we have it was a key level. So though price already broken this trend line, so price already broken the level, so price might just come back down to retest the level and continue moving back to the upside. So it could just be a break and retest of this level, and price could just continue heading back to the upside from here. So that's why I say I'm still concerned about this level. So though the structure on the daily time frame is very much bearish, so we could have a further downward movement on the US dollar. But as long as we have this level here, so price could still respect it as price was coming back to the downside. So it could just be a break and retest, and we could still have a further movement to the upside since the overall direction on the monthly time frame is clearly to the upside. So the structure of the markets have not changed. The direction of the markets in terms of the overall direction on the higher time frame, so it's still to the upside. So we could still continue having a further movement to the upside, and if that happens, then USD and GBPUSD will still continue dropping. So the way I'm looking at it is, if price could break this level, if price could break this blue zone, then we could now say, okay, the US dollar might just continue move back to the downside completely. Though price was like I just said, so price was respecting the the daily trend. So price was respecting the daily trend, got injected from the 78.6 Fibonacci, and also the structure of the market. So this could be a potential lower high. So price would just got rejected from here, create another lower high, and then continue moving back to the downside to create maybe equal low or a lower low. So but what I'm just saying is that having this level here, so price might be finding it difficult like to head lower. So if this level got taken out, so if price take this level out, then you can now say okay, price can just like continue back to the downside from here. But as long as this level is here, so it might still be quite difficult for price to like continue heading lower from here. So that's how I'm looking at the US dollar at the moment. So now let's go and look at Euro USD. So we talk about like Euro USD in my last YouTube video. So let's look at the Euro dollar. So first thing first, let's look at it on the monthly time frame. So looking at so let's wait for it to load. Okay, so looking at Euro USD on the monthly time frame, price was, so if I draw my Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, so price was like still gotten ejected from the 78.6 Fibonacci level. So as you guys can see, so price was like gotten ejected from this key level and this Fibonacci level. Though on the daily time frame, price was looking bullish, but as you can see, so price was still gotten ejected from this Fibonacci level. So the structure of the market this way, so the structure of the market still remain bearish. So price could still like continue heading lower from here. So Euro USD could still like, looking at it on the monthly time frame, so price could still like continue heading back to the downside. But so price could still continue back to the downside. So price was just basically gotten ejected from a key level and also gotten ejected from the Fibonacci level. But if you look at the weekly and the daily trend, most especially the daily trend, so price was moving higher. So on the daily time frame, price was heading higher. So looking at the daily structure is clearly to the upside because price was creating a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, and then price will retrace back down to create another higher low. So it's possible that price create a higher low here and continue heading higher for another higher high or equal high. So Euro USD is like, looking at the daily structure, price was heading higher. So price was heading higher. We have a higher high here, we have a higher low, we have a higher high. So if I draw a Fibonacci from here, so if I draw a Fibonacci from swing low to swing high, so we could see that this 51.8 Fibonacci is still aligned with this key level. So it's aligned with this daily level, and when price got into it, price starts forming all these bullish candlesticks. So it's very possible that price got into this level and price continue heading back to the upside. So looking at the daily structure and also like the weekly and the daily structure, so price was moving to the upside. So now if price wants to continue heading higher, so when price got into the zone, so like I say, this was a Fibonacci level, this is 1.8 Fibonacci level and also a key level, a daily level. So price got into this zone and price create like somewhat of a equal low, as you can see around this region. So price create like a equal low here. So now we have, so before price could continue heading back to the upside, before I could start looking for buying opportunity on Euro USD, so price will have to clear this neckline. So we should have a break of this neckline and we should have a break of this counter trend. So price have already broken this, like this level around this region with this bullish candlestick. So I was expecting a break of this downward trend line, this counter trend, but price currently got ejected from the counter trend line. So it's quite possible that maybe we have maybe a retest of this level again before price continue heading higher. But what I'm just saying is that before I could get into a buy trade on Euro USD, so we should have a break of this level. So if we could have a break of this neckline, so if we could have a break of this minor level and also a break of this counter trend line, then I'll be looking to get into a buy trade. But you know, the US dollar was still like at the 50-50 zone, because the reason why I say that is just because basically based on, you know, we have a level that price was trading above. So that level price would, the level could just have like it could just be like a break and retest of it on the US dollar. So price could just continue heading back to the upside. And looking at the US dollar on the daily time frame as well, so the structure is to the downside, so price could still like continue heading lower. So on the US dollar, the movement of the price, so looking at it on the daily time frame, so direction of the market is to the downside, and if price continue moving back to the downside, then we are going to be seeing a bullish movement on Euro USD as well. So the way I'm just looking to trade it is, so basically if price broke that level on the US dollar, if price broke that blue zone that we just talked about, so let's quickly like go into it and just talk about it for now. So this blue zone here, so if price was able to break it to the downside, then I'll be looking to get into, so if price was able to break this blue zone back to the downside, then it it might be possible that okay, we could have maybe a further movement to the upside on EURUSD. But what I'm saying is that as price have broken this level now, we could have a retest of it and price could just continue heading back to the upside. You know, the overall direction of the market on the monthly time frame is to the upside. So price could just broke this level. So no, price already broken it. So we could just have a retest of it and price could just like continue heading back to the upside. So that's why I said when it comes to like got into maybe it's a buy trade on EURUSD, so it will be after price broke that counter trend. So if price broke the counter trend and the minor level, so at that time we have already gotten that break of the minor level on the US dollar. So we have already got like that break of that level on the US dollar. So what I'm just saying is that before I got into a buy trade on EURUSD, so we should have a break of this counter trend line. So we have a counter trend line here. So price should break the counter trend line to the upside, and also price should like break this minor level that seems like the neckline here. So if we could have a break of it, so then I'll be looking to go into a buy trade to the upside. So I'll be looking to go into a buy trade to the upside, but as long as the US dollar continue heading higher, so if the US dollar wants to continue heading higher, then price could just like broke this minor level here, so price could just like continue heading lower. So then I'll be looking to go into a sell trade if that happens. So if the US dollar like continue moving back to the upside, then I'll be looking to go into a sell trade on EURUSD. But for now, the price, like the structure of the market on the daily time frame, so on the US dollar on the daily time frame, the structure is to the downside. So if price continue respecting that structure, if price continue respecting that trend, then definitely we are going to be having a upward movement, a further movement to the upside on EURUSD and GBPUSD. So that's just my take on the US dollar and EURUSD. So for now, I'm expecting, so like if the US dollar broke that level to the downside, that minor level, if price broke to the downside and price continue heading back to the downside, then I'm going to be looking to buy EURUSD. So by that time, EURUSD would have already broken this counter trend, this key level. And if price continue heading back to the upside, so I'll be looking to go into a buy trade on EURUSD. So I'll be looking to go into, and so if price continue, if the US dollar continue back to the upside, like I'm saying, I'll be looking to go into a sell trade on EURUSD. So I'll be looking to go into a sell trade. So now let's look at GBPUSD. So looking at GBPUSD as well, so GBP as well on the daily time frame, so the market was moving to the upside. So the like direction of the market on the daily time frame is to the upside. So price was creating a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, we have a higher low here, we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, and price have came back down to create a equal low. So price did not create like a higher low, but instead price created a equal low here. So price could like continue moving back to the upside from here. So this was a major level. So price got into a major level, and also so price got into a major level, and it was still a Fibonacci zone. So if I draw my Fibonacci from here to the upside, so price got into a 71.8 Fibonacci level, and also price got into a major level. So the structure still remain bullish on the daily time frame. So looking at the daily, like the daily trend, so the daily structure remain very much bullish. So now let's look at the monthly time frame, like let's see how price was moving. So looking at the like the monthly structure too, looking at how like the candlestick was forming on the monthly time frame. So price was forming this bearish engulfing candle, so this huge candlestick. So if price continue like forming this like bearish candlestick to the downside, so it's possible that price continue heading lower. So though price was sitting at a major level at the moment, and also at the daily Fibonacci level, but that does not mean that price will just continue heading back to the upside. So if this like bearish candlestick, if maybe I think we have like 11 days and 10 hours left for this candlestick to close. So if this monthly candlestick closes as a bearish candlestick, so maybe if price close maybe below this level of jaw, even inside this zone, so it's possible that price might just continue heading back to the downside. So we might be having like a selling opportunity on GBPUSD. So might be getting like some sell trade on GBPUSD. So looking at it on the monthly time frame, so it's quite possible that price continue heading back to the downside. But looking at it on the weekly time frame and on the daily time frame, so looking at it on the weekly and the daily, price seems to be moving to the upside. So the structure is to the upside on the weekly and the daily time frame. So now let's talk about it on the daily, right? So price was moving to the upside. We have a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, and then we have equal low here. So price have already gotten into a major level. So looking at it on the daily, price have gotten into a major level, and also price have got into a Fibonacci zone, like this is 1.6 Fibonacci zone. So there was still like some high chance of price moving to the upside from here. So but that could only like happen if the US dollar continue heading lower. I said price was, so like I said, on the US dollar, price was like the daily trend on the US dollar as well is to the downside. So it's aligning with the Euro USD and also the GBPUSD. But there was a minor level. So if price like broke that level to the downside, then definitely we are going to be having a further movement to the upside on Euro USD and also on GBPUSD. So that's how I'm looking to trade Euro USD at the moment. So if I go to the 4-hour time frame, so I'm looking to get into a buy trade on GBPUSD if we could have a break of this downward trend. And you could see that we have a first touch here, we have a second touch here, and we have the third touch of it here. So now if we could have a break of this counter trend line, so I'll be looking to get into a buy trade. And in addition, so if we still have a break of this black line, so you can see that price was gotten ejected from this black line here, price was gotten ejected here, and we have a rejection here too. And when price got into it, so when price was like finding support at this level, so price was heading higher, but when price got here, unfortunately price got rejected back to the downside. So for me to get into a buy trade on GBPUSD, I will have to wait for price to clear this downward trend line, for price to clear this like this black line. So if price should clear this black line, also clear this downward trend line, then I'll be looking to get into a buy trade. So the only way I'll be looking to get into a buy trade on GBPUSD is after we have a break of this descending trend line and also a break of this black line, which was a minor level. So if price should clear it, then I'll be looking to get into a buy trade on it. So that's how I'm looking to trade like GBPUSD at the moment. But that's how I'm looking to trade. But if the US dollar continue heading lower, then price could just like broke this. If the US dollar continue like heading higher, so price could just broke this level and continue heading lower. But in a situation whereby the daily trend, if price respect the daily trend on the US dollar, so then I'm going to be having a break of this level, then I'll be looking to get into a buy trade on Euro USD and GBPUSD. So like I just said, on Euro USD and GBPUSD, I'm looking to get into a buy trade if you have, so on Euro USD, if you have a break of the minor level and also a break of the counter trend, and same goes to GBPUSD. So if you have a break of this minor level and break of this counter trend, so I'll be looking to get into a buy trade. So now let's look at GBPCAD. So like on GBPCAD, so like I got like the same view on GBPCAD as well. So I'm looking to get into a buy trade on GBPCAD. So looking at the structure of the market on the weekly time frame, so price was heading higher. So price was creating like a bullish structure heading back to the upside. So we have like some higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So price was just basically moving to the upside. So if I draw my Fibonacci from swing low to swing high, so price was like clearly moving to the upside on GBPCAD. So we could see that price have got into a major level and also for price have got into a Fibonacci zone. So if I go to the daily time frame here, so on the daily time frame, price got into this major key level here. So price going to the major level and also price got into this Fibonacci zone. So there was a high chance of price moving away from here and moving back to the upside. But before I'll be getting into a buy trade here, I'll be waiting for price to clear. So I'm waiting for price to clear this like this minor level. So we have a minor level here, so that price was getting injected from. So I draw this level basically just based on some rejection that we have here. So based on how price was getting injected from this region, so this level was acting as support here, and now when price got into it, so price was still getting injected from it. So that's why I'm waiting for like price to break it. So this seems like a minor level, but whenever price got into it, price was always like respecting it. So that's why we have to take out this level before getting into a buy trade. So the trend of the market on GBPCAD is very much bullish. So price was heading back to the upside, but before I could get into a buy trade, we should have a break of this level here. So you can see that price was still getting injected from it. So we should have a break of this level, and also we should have a break of this downward trend. So if we could have a break of this level, this minor level here, if we could have a break of it and also have a break of this counter trend, then I'll be looking to get into a buy trade on GBPCAD. So I'll be getting into a buy trade on GBPCAD if we could have a break of this level and also a break of the counter trend. So I'll be getting into a buy trade. So on Euro USD, I'm looking to get into a buy trade if price broke the counter trend and also a key level, a minor level. And on GBPUSD, so same thing as well. So I'm waiting for a counter trend break and also a minor level. And on GBPCAD, so I'm also waiting for like the same thing, for price to break the downward trend and also for price to break this level before I got into a buy trade. So that's how I'm looking to trade GBPCAD at the moment. So that's how I'm looking to got into a buy trade. So I'll be dropping the signal. So I have a Telegram channel where I usually drop a trading insight, and also my entries and exits in the market. So where I usually drop a trading signal. So the link to the YouTube channel is going to be in the description of this video, so you guys can check it out. So I'll be dropping the signal to enter this trade, like the entry when I want to get into this trade. So I'll be dropping like the entry on it. So if you guys want to like be a part of this, so you can join the group based on the link in my bio. So I'll just like leave the link to join the Telegram channel. So I will leave it in the description of this video, so you guys can check it out. So what I'm just saying is that on GBPCAD, so I'm looking to got into a buy trade. So if we could have a break of this downward trend line and also a break of this key level, so I'll be looking to got into a buy trade. So I'll be sharing my entry and also my exit on this trade. I'll be sharing it to my Telegram channel, so you guys can join. So the link to join is just in the description of the video. So that's it about GBPCAD. So like I just said, I'm looking to buy the USD, looking to buy GBPUSD, and also looking to buy GBPCAD. So the next pair we are going to be talking about is going to be US30. So the next pair we are going to be touching is going to be US30. So on US30, the overall direction of the market is clearly to the upside. So looking at it on the monthly time frame, so price was heading higher. The structure of the market still remained bullish on the higher time frame. So price was heading to the upside. We all know that direction of the market is clearly to the upside. So I'm also looking to get into a buy trade on US30. So looking at US30 on the monthly time, on the daily time frame, right? Price have already, so we already know on the monthly and also on the weekly time frame that price was heading higher. So price have already got into this key level. You could see that price have touched this major level. So this was a major level here. When price got into it, price moved away from it significantly. When price still got into it here, so price was still like got injected from it significantly. So that shows how strong this level is. So price have got into the level now, and we are having like a downward movement on it. And looking at the daily structure here, the daily structure is clearly to the upside here. So we're having a high, we have a higher low, we have a high, we have a higher low, we have a higher high, then we're expecting another higher low before price create another higher high. So what I'm expecting on US30 is very simple. I'm expecting a further retracement back to the downside for price to come and create a higher low before price continue heading higher. We could see that this level was so it was kind of a like minor level, but price respected. So whenever price was trading below it, price was respecting. So we have a rejection here. Whenever price was trading above it, price was respecting it. Whenever price was trading below it, price was still like got injected from it. So this was a very strong level. So what I'm expecting on US30 is very simple, right? I'm expecting price to like retrace further to the downside, for price to retrace back into this zone. And if I draw my Fibonacci from swing low to swing high here, so you could see that this was still in line with this 50% Fibonacci level. So what I'm expecting is very simple on US30. I'm just expecting a further drop back to the downside, back into this zone. So if price go ejected back into this major level and also back into this like this trend line level, this Fibonacci level, so I'll be looking to get into a buy trade. So basically I'm just looking to get into a buy trade on all of like on EURUSD, GBPUSD, GBPCAD, and also on US30. So I'm waiting for price to continue heading back to the downside, for price to get into the zone. So after price got into the zone, so then I'll be looking to get into a buy trade. So what I'm saying is, if price continue back to the downside and price got into the zone, so I'll be looking to get into a buy trade on here, if we could have a further retracement back here. But if price did not retrace back to the downside, if price did not go into that zone, so I'll not be looking to get into a buy trade unless price got here. But if that does not happen, then I'll be waiting for price to break the major level. So if we could have a break and the test of the major level, so if we could have a break of the major level, then wait for the test of it. So I might be looking to get into a buy trade if we could have a break of it. But I'm just saying that if in a situation whereby price does not get into this level, so then I'll be waiting for price to break the major level, then wait for the test of it before I start looking for buying opportunity on US30. But if price could continue dropping to the downside and price got into the zone, so I'll be looking to get into a buy trade here. So if price goes into the zone and then I start seeing some bullish candlestick on the 4-hour time frame, so I'll be got into a buy trade on US30. So I'm very much bullish on US30. I'm just waiting for a retracement on it. So I'm just waiting for a further retracement back into a 50% Fibonacci level and also back into a major level. So that's what I'm waiting for on US30. So to recap what I already said, so like I said, let's quickly look at the US dollar. Let's quickly look at the Euro USD, GBPUSD. So like I said on Euro USD, let's wait for it to load. So if the US dollar continue to drop, then definitely we are going to be having a buy trade on Euro USD and GBPUSD in a situation whereby price continue to drop. But if price continue like moving to the upside, so if price continue heading higher though, so on Euro USD we are going to be having like if price continue moving higher, so on Euro USD we are going to be having a further drop, and also on GBPUSD we are going to be having a further drop to the downside. But in a situation whereby price continue moving to the downside, so if price respect the daily trend on the US dollar, so then definitely we are going to be having a further movement to the upside on Euro USD. So what I'm looking for on Euro USD is very simple. So what I'm waiting for on Euro USD is very simple. So I'm just waiting for price to, so let's wait for this to load. So I'm just waiting for price to break a counter trend and also for price to break a minor level before I got into a buy trade on Euro USD and also on GBPUSD. So I'm looking at the same thing on both trade, and also on GBPCAD I'm also looking to get into a buy trade after we have a break of a counter trend and also a break of a minor level. So that's how I'm looking to trade. So those are the pairs that I'm looking at for the week. So those are the pairs that I'm looking to trade for the week. So I'm just waiting for everything to line up. So I'm waiting for on Euro USD, like I just said, I'm waiting for a break of a counter trend. So if you could have a clear break of this counter trend, then I'm getting into a buy trade. So if you have a break of the counter trend and a break of the minor level, I'm getting into a buy trade. And on GBPUSD as well. So if we could have a break of the counter trend line, a break of a minor level too. So a break of the, so let's also wait for it to load. So a break of a minor level and also a break of the counter trend. So I'm getting to a buy trade regardless of it. So I'm getting to a buy trade on it as well. So that's what I'm looking at in the market for the week. So that's going to be like the end of this video. So if you guys find this video helpful, so don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and also share the video with others so that they can also benefit from it. So like I just said on your GBPUSD, what we are waiting for is still very simple. Just a break of this counter trend line, a break of the minor level. Then I'm going to be looking for buying opportunity. And on GBPCAD, I'm also looking to get into a buy trade on it. So if we could have a break of the minor level and also a break of the counter trend line, so that's what I'm also looking for on GBPCAD. And on US30, so I'm just basically waiting for a retracement on US32. So I'm just basically waiting for a retracement on US30 to get into a buy trade as well. So that's just like the end of today's video. So if you guys find today's video helpful, so don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and also share the video with others. So that's going to be the end of it. And for you guys to be able to take like all these signals, so all these trade code I'm calling, so for you guys to be taking like the signals of it, so I have the Telegram channel where I usually drop trading signals and also marketing sites. So you guys can join the Telegram channel. So the link to join the Telegram channel is just in the description of this video, so you guys can check it out. So that's the end of today's video. So guys, I will catch you guys in my next video.